Hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing okay. Still at home with this COVID stuff, nothing to do. But bought one of these Pro Kit. This is actually my third spring now. I had the 500 Madness spring, that one. I mean, for day-to-day driving in LA, I don't, I could just say it suck. But if you drive your car on a track, great. And then I had the Eibach Sport Kit or Sport line. That's the current springs that's on the car. That one drives terrible too. I mean, actually it's better than the Madness. It's supple, but you know, day to day, I've had it for 2 years. I think I've blown conies and I've blown regular shocks on it and factory shocks. So I'm gonna try one more time, which is the Pro Kit. This is my third spring, and hopefully it'll raise the car a little bit and it's more progressive. For Pro Kit, I think it's more like if you want to lower the car and it's close to the factory setting for day-to-day driving. So the Sport line, it's pretty rough. I've had it for 2 years. I think I want to go back to the lowered look, but not so much for the aggressiveness of the spring rate. If you guys want to be more technical about it and correct me with it, you can find a lot of stuff in the website. But I want to go back to the Pro Kit, which I had on my other cars, such as my previous cars that I've owned throughout the years. But the Pro Kit, you can use your stock factory shocks, which I have replaced it on this car many times already with the Sport line. So let's start off and let's see. And you know, I'm done with the roughness inside this car, especially with this car. It's very bouncy, so it's a little car and you can feel everything. So it's not like a bigger car where you don't. So let's get it on and put the new one in. By the way, I have new shocks on my car, so this is actually my third shocks now. I had conies, the factory conies, and I just have some KYBs now, which is for day-to-day. It's okay, and it's reasonably priced. So on top of that, I will also put a slotted, because I can, since I'm already on that. Let's put a slotted disc brakes along with a brand new pad. And because the factory one, I'm hitting almost 100K on it. It's time to, instead of resurfacing it, just gonna get a new one. It's not that much anyway, so it's nice enough that they actually put a sticker on this. And let's get it on and put a new one in. So for the Pro Kit spring, that's the old bushy. The Pro Kit spring looks identical as the red one, so I do have the red one too. So this is the grayish black. So hopefully this one will ride more supple, and let's find out once I install it. And the design is a little bit different from the red one. This is more like taller by how many inches, maybe 0.2 or so. And you know, hopefully it'll be good. The two with the naked human eyes, they look the same and identical, but this one seems to be more, the rebound rate is a little bit different than this one. I think this one is harder. That makes it a little bit more supple for day-to-day living. And let's put it on. See, it says Sport line, and this one is the Pro Kit. So after you replace the springs, I have a video how to remove those in my previous videos actually. Go ahead and torque your wheel spec to 80 foot-pounds or 70 foot-pounds, whichever you're comfortable with. And that's that. The rear is very easy to put it on. So let's work on the front along with the new brake pads and the new rotor. So this is the lip that I was talking about. It's pretty deep. This is the original factory rotors. So first we have to remove this number 12, and let's upgrade my rotors. and then replace that spring. So instead of me getting this shaven off, I'd rather replace the whole thing because it's not cost effective, because one day it's gonna warp and it's gonna be thinner metal, so it's just best to put a new one in. So this one, you just have to remove a 19, so there's only 2 bolts holding on to it. It's one here and then one over here. So they're both 19. And then make sure this one doesn't dangle. This one is just resting on my tire. And this is it. This is the one with the lip. So what you need to do is, if this thing's stuck, just give it a good whack of like a hammer. So after you remove the 19 and the 13 millimeter holder, the bolts, 13 and 19, you know how this thing gets stuck? Just give it a good whack. It'll come off. That thing, it's so thin now. So if you have some time, it's time to clean up this rotors, this brake components. So it's been there for so many years. So to clean your caliper, I had one of these non-toxic spray and metal brush to agitate the dirt, and then for the tight crevices to agitate the dirt, and just towel, and all the dirt came off. So that's that. So I have removed shocks and spring, and then just removed the top nut. I think it's an 18. It's an 18. And then we're gonna do a comparison between the Sport line and the Pro Kit. So as you can see on the Pro Kit, it's a little bit taller. I don't know if the coil is a little bit thicker. It looks like it's a little bit thicker, I'm not sure. I don't want to pull out my gauge and measure the thickness. So this is a Sport line, this is the Pro Kit. It's a bit taller, as you can see the coil. It coils a little bit more actually as well. So the starter from here, as you can see, it coils up a little bit more. For those of you that's wondering about Sport line and the Pro Kit. So this one rides just like the factory a little bit, but it's lowered, and you can use your stock shocks on here. On this one you have to upgrade your shocks, which I did, but they're all blown now. So go back to this, that way you don't have a rough ride. So put everything back, the new clips, the new retainer for the brakes, and then remove the piston, and then kind of lube it, because that way it retracts back and forth easily. And clean up this piece right here. It came out okay, and then once I put that back on, I'm going to clean it up too. That way it's they kind of match, because it's been so dirty. So what's cool about this rotor is that it comes with the instruction to which side it's on. Sometimes if you put it wrong, this rotation faces the other way. Anyway, that's that. And then I have put on the new springs. It's dark gray now instead of red, so it's a little bit taller. So I'm gonna test drive soon. I'm gonna put the brakes back on and check all the bolts and stuff, and I guess almost there, oh, also I wanted to add, it's been raining in LA. This mud guard really works, so I don't have a lot of dirt on my paint, all the grimes. Anyway, just want to add that to that, and I'm gonna go eat real quick, and then I'll be right back. Every time you do a brake job, make sure you grease your pads where the contacts are at. You can use one of those brake grease. If you don't have one, your brake should come with it. You should come with it, but if you don't have one, go to the auto store and just grease it up, all the contacts. That way it lessens the noise, you know what I mean? So, all right everybody, that concludes my new brake pads. clean up the rotor, replace the rotor, and I cleaned up the calipers. That concludes it. Torque to 72 to 80 pounds-feet of torque. For the nuts, I still have to torque it. And got my new Pro Kit. Hopefully it'll ride better. That concludes it. And everyone, please stay safe. Social distancing if you can. And watch for someone that are sick. Make sure that hopefully we'll get through this, everyone. And until then, God bless. And please subscribe if you can. And take care of each other. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.